Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to modded Minecraft Feed the Bees. Now, last episode we were devastated to discover that one of our colonists had perished. That's right, a fifth member of our dudes. This time the unlucky colonist was Cersei Drogo. I'll never forget the way she bravely chopped down wood. Now the big problem is, nobody knows how Cersei died, only that she did. Were there strong winds? And did a tree fall on her? Was she abducted by aliens? Or more likely than not, she took a skeleton's arrow to the face. Anyway, there's no time for mourning, there's farming to be about. Now, this episode we're coming over to the Mekanism lab because it was promised that we'd finally take a look at this setup, because we've had this in place now for episodes and episodes. Maybe like 20 episodes ago, we set up these simple Mekanism machines. And the only reason they're here is to turn one piece of ore into 3 pieces of ingots. And let's face it, they've done a great job so far, but they're just not quick enough. I'm putting more and more ore into that chest, and it's taking forever to come through and turn into bars. So what we're going to do this episode is upgrade our system. Now, Mekanism is a very simple mod, and we've got all that we need here in the lab to go forwards and upgrade all of these machines. Almost every single Mekanism machine can be upgraded into a factory, and usually has several tiers of factory, starting from like basic factory to advanced, all the way up to elite, I think is the top. And just typing at Mekanism gives you a rough idea of how much there is in this mod. Now, I've been told that the mecha suit here is a really good thing to go for in this mod pack, so I think it might be something that we can do. Also, a scuba tank might be useful for exploring ocean biomes and whatnot. Anyway, these are what we're looking for, the factories. Now, everything needs the tier before it. The energized smelter makes the basic smelting factory. Then the basic smelting factory is used to make the advanced one. The advanced turns into the elite. And the elite turns into the ultimate. Boom. So first up, let's dig up all these machines. Oh, there we go. Oh, that noise was driving me crazy. So let me give you an example with the first piece of the puzzle, the Purification Chamber. Let's turn this into a purification factory. So we'll put it into here, press U to see what it's used for. So we'll need all of these things that we already have. It doesn't like copying over the purification factory from the computer, but that's okay because we can do it ourselves. And bam, all of a sudden, our basic purifying machine has become a factory. And when you put this down, it's instantly like loads better. It's got 3 slots instead of 1, and it's a little bit quicker. It does take a lot more power, but now we've got an insane reactor up on the top floor. I'm sure we can handle this. In fact, we might need to change our cables because they might not be quick enough. Anyway, basic just is not good enough. It's not good enough for us. We're going to go as high as we can. I think at the moment it's probably okay for us to go to elite. So we're going to have an elite Mekanism set up here. Okay, so we've got advanced here. Now let's make an elite factory. Now, can we go to ultimate? Not quite. We need a couple of bits and bobs. Can we make these bits and bobs? It looks like we need to infuse some materials. So let's make some infused diamond. Okay, but to make the ultimate factory, we need a few more bits and bobs. And making these in the infuser takes an insane amount of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can make a speed upgrade. So we have speed upgrades and also energy upgrades. Energy upgrades increase the efficiency, and speed upgrades increase, well, obviously the speed. There's also filter upgrades, muffling upgrades, which could be useful for us as well. There's also gas upgrades that make gas machines more efficient, and an anchor upgrade that keeps everything loaded so that you don't have to worry about your ore processing going down while you're not nearby. Well, okay, we're going to need a lot of energy upgrades and speed upgrades, so let's focus on making those. So boom, first up the speed upgrades. We've got 12 of those. And then after that is the efficiency upgrades. We've got 6 of those. And we'll start off by upgrading our metallurgic infuser and the enrichment chamber over here. Gradually, though, we'll need a lot more of these to get these running, but let me show you how the upgrade system works. You've probably done Mekanism before, but if you haven't, you just right-click here, you put an upgrade in, It takes some time to go in, and usually 4 is a good number to start with. And there we go, you can see on the interface we've got 4 speed upgrades and 4 energy upgrades. Okay, let's have a sleep. Now, as you can see, the speed upgrade has had a massive effect on how quickly this is going through. Already now we've got 21, 22, and if we get all of these speed upgrades into all of our machines, it's going to kickstart everything, and we'll just zoom through this mod. We've got the power, all we need is the speed now. Now, the way the Metallurgic Infuser upgrades circuits is pretty simple. You start off with iron in here, combine it with redstone in the Metallurgic Infuser, and you get infused alloy. Infused alloy then gets combined with diamonds to make reinforced alloy, and then if you put reinforced alloy in an obsidian Metallurgic Infuser, you get atomic alloy. And these are the tiers: basic, diamond, obsidian. And as you can see, when you start using diamonds, it gets very expensive, but ultimately very worth it. You can also enrich the redstone, diamonds, and obsidian that you use in an enrichment chamber, like this, which makes the finished product much more efficient inside these machines. But because redstone is so common, we're just chucking in entire stacks of dust, because we've got loads of this in the computer. Boom, well, let's get upgrading this alloy then. Now we're trying to turn the elite into the ultimate purifying factory, so we'll need diamonds, ultimate control circuits, and atomic alloy. There we go, 2 ultimate control circuits, and that should be all we need. Yeah, there we go, and then we put the factory in the middle, and bam, we have the ultimate factory. Now there's no higher tier than ultimate in Mekanism, so let's show you what this looks like when we put it down. Boom. Whoa, now we've gone from the first tier, which has 1 slot, up to 3 slots, then up to I think 5 slots, but now this bad boy has 9 slots for items to get purified, and you can see how quick this is going to be when each one of these is an ultimate factory with 9 slots. It's going to be nuts. Boom, so the ultimate crushing factory. We're going down this, and we're getting closer and closer to what we need. So now all these things get purified, then they all get crushed in here. So ultimate purifying, ultimate crushing. Next it's ultimate enrichment chamber. Oh, and here we go, bada boom, bada bing. Ultimate enrichment factory. And, oh, we went out of materials. Nope, not quite. Ultimate smelting factory. Boom, okay. So with all of these 3 in a line together, all of them set to auto-eject in the same way they were set up before, so the pattern works. It goes from purifying to crushing to enriching to smelting. With all of these things in action, this is automatically going 9 times quicker because it's doing 9 things at the same time. And it looks like we still don't have any power problems. We're still going great on the power front. Oh, let's have a sleep. One of the dangerous things about the Mekanism lab is it's so bright inside and I get so involved in what I'm doing, I can sometimes forget to sleep. So we've got to be careful because I think there's a creeper out there and he might come and surprise us. So let's surprise him before he can surprise us. Oh yeah, you won't see this one coming. Bonk. 1 to the dome. 1 to the foot. Bam, lights out, sucker. And so there you go, that is our Mekanism setup, very simply sped up. We can also put speed and energy upgrades into these things to make it go even quicker. So, bada boom, bada bing, what are we waiting for? Let's make that happen. Okay, so we've got plenty. Now what I like to do is separate them into stacks of 4, because I don't like going above 4 speed upgrades, because that's when the power requirement gets pretty insane. And likewise with energy efficiency, we'll start with 4, and then once we get some more, we'll add some more. But basically after 4 upgrades, you start getting a lot of drop-off, and it's not really worth going that much higher. Okay, boom, speed upgrades, in you go. Oh yeah, now this is going to be pretty quick. But also very demanding on our power system, so I'm waiting for the point where we just run out of power completely. Energy efficiency upgrades, in you go. Now, as you can see, these bars now are steaming through our system. This was super quick to set up, super easy. We had all the materials we needed. We didn't have to go out and farm for anything. And instantly, we have a mega quick setup. It's amazing, it's crazy, it's great. This is all up and running. It's time to think about quality of life. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some muffling upgrades so that we can get a bit of peace and quiet in this loud lab. So here we go, a muffling upgrade, pretty simple. Steel dust we need, okay. And there we go, 14 muffling upgrades. Now, I don't think you need more than one in each machine. Let's try them, one in each. In you go. And now we'll put one in each of the metallurgic infusers also. Now, instead of opening the UI, you can also shift and right click on a machine and it automatically puts the upgrade in. It's a little bit quicker than doing it all manually. Hey, there you go. Okay, right, so what's next? Well, we've got all of our machines set up, but at the moment we're manually putting ore into this machine right here. And then it goes through the system and then we manually take it out at the end and put it into the computer. Well, that sounds like a bit of a chump move. Can we not skip that process and automate this bad boy? Yeah, sure we can. We're going to use some exporters and some importers to take things out of the computer and into the computer. Now, do I have any exporters and importers in here still? At refined. Yeah, I do. So I've got 2 importers in here already and 1 exporter. But let's make a few more. All right. Now this is where it comes in handy that we have a false wall here with all of our circuits behind, because what we can do is we can plug this chest directly into the system. We're not going to plug this directly into the machine itself because we kind of want this chest to be, what the hell is this? Nether cobalt ore? When did that get in there? Now things have slowed down with our system and I was trying to work out why, and of course it's because our purifying factory doesn't have enough gas coming in. Check it out, down here we just have a lack of oxygen that's coming through. So let's put some speed and energy upgrades into our machines down below. Oh my god, and let's sleep again because things are getting pretty deadly out here. So this is our electrolytic separator. This is what takes water and turns it into hydrogen and oxygen. Pretty important, very key for our process. But unfortunately, there is no factory version of the separator. All you have is the basic level. We could put down another machine entirely, but for now, we're just going to put some upgrades in. So boom, 2 energy upgrades and then maybe 4 speed upgrades should help. Maybe 6, let's go to 6. Yeah, let's go crazy. Now it's better. It's still not great, but it does look like it's kind of going up. Yeah, that's close enough to being efficient. Either way, it's sped up our system a lot. So there you go. Always beware that there's going to be bottlenecks in your system. There's going to be a place where you're just not getting enough power, enough oxygen, enough fluid. Something is holding you up, and that's always where you go to improve. And then when you fix that, something else is slowing you down. It's a never-ending process until you finally reach like the dream of everything happening instantly, which is, I think, probably possible. But it will take a long time. So let's plug some stuff into this chest. Now we're going to expose this entire back wall for the time being, just to make these things easier. Okay, so let's bring our cable around. It comes in over here. Ooh, we're running out of space inside these walls actually, aren't we? Well, luckily the corners we can kind of dig out because they're, you know, not next to anything important. And here we go, the exporter. Now we're going to have a couple of exporters going into this chest. And why is that? Well, because there's more items than can fit in one of these export filters. We're going to want to get all kinds of ores going into here. And this will give us 3 times as many options when it comes to configuring that. And let's start setting up these exporters with the ores that we want to put in. So let's see, we've got copper ore here, that'll be a good one. Tin ore, let's get rid of that. Iron ore, definitely very useful. Aluminium ore. Zinc ore, I'm not quite sure why we need it, but we will, I'm sure, at some point. Lead, sure. Nickel, nickel's good. Silver, don't mind if I do. Uranium ore, yes please. However, there are some ores that we're not going to want to put through this system. Some things like diamond ore have to be put through just the enrichment chamber and none of the rest of it. You don't smelt diamonds, that's for sure, but you kind of do crush it up and wash it a bit to get the good stuff out of those diamonds. Almost all of them, and then the uranium ore goes into this one, and the gold. And now we can toss all of these back into the computer system, and what we should see is this chest slowly filling up with all of these extra types of ores. And kablamo, these ores are now slowly going through our machine. Amazing! Now, like I said, we need something to pick them up at the other end, and that's what we're going to use the importer for. Bada boom, bada bing. And hey presto, now it's all being sucked out of this chest. Now, what's actually happening here is, I think this whole system is making more items than we can actually put in and pull out of our importer quick enough. So if you take a look at refined storage, we should be able to find something called a stack upgrade. So it all starts with basic upgrades. Let's make a few of these. And there we go, mixing an upgrade with some sugar, apparently. It kind of makes sense, I suppose. Makes a speed upgrade. We need some sugar, though, first. And here we go, 8 speed upgrades. So at the moment, we have an importer pulling out of this chest very slowly, with no speed upgrades. So what happens if we put 4 speed upgrades into here? Oh yeah, all of a sudden now, things are being sucked out super quick. That's amazing. And a stack upgrade is basically, it puts in a stack at a time rather than sucking them out super quickly. It's an upgrade for sure, but at the moment I'm not sure we really need that. We'll just stick with the speed upgrades that we have. Okay, fantastic. Everything is sped up massively. Now there is one more thing I want to do, and that is create a system that processes some of the other ores that we have. For example, we've got 335 diamond ores. If I take one of these diamond ores out and I put it in the enrichment chamber, you will see that this is going to become 2 diamonds. That's pretty cool, right? Instead of 1 diamond from a diamond ore, we get 2. And this is the same for things like emeralds, redstone ore, and we definitely need a way to process this. The problem is, if we put it straight into the enrichment chamber here, it's going to try and put it through the smelting factory we have over here, and that's kind of messy. So what we're going to do is, this other side of the chest, we're going to make another enrichment factory and just have that be dedicated purely to these other ores that don't have to go through this system. Sound good? Yeah, it does. And there we go, another ultimate enriching factory that we're going to plug in right now. Boom, we'll put this right next to this chest here so that it can export on the left, output left, auto eject, and then we'll put an exporter here and tell, oh wait, we need to plug this in as well, I need some power. There we go. Oh man, this is the juice, look at this. So now we need to tell this thing what it wants. Well, what are the ores that we're going to put through the enrichment chamber? Well, this is a little bit different. We don't do the regular ores for this. Instead, we use diamond. Diamond's got to go through. What other ores are there? There is redstone ore goes through here. Nether quartz ore goes through the enrichment chamber. Coal ore goes through the enrichment chamber. But it's not just ores, we also put uraninite through this thing, and so this should be enough to fill up our buffer. Boom. Oh no, wait, my bad. Uraninite doesn't go through this thing. I think we just have to smelt that. Luckily enough, the smelter is the end of our chain, so we can just put it directly in there. Poor, normal, and dense. And boom, in it goes, creating our uraninite. And this is great because now we have automatic fuel for our reactor. Amazing! Now we have to be very careful because what this is going to do is it's going to turn 1 ore into 3 bars, 1 diamond ore into 2 diamonds, and this is going to massively fill up our computer. So let's take a look and monitor how things are going. Okay, we're at 60% full, and fluids-wise, we've got loads and loads and loads of space. 13% full on fluids. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fluids out of this disk drive. Put all the fluids in here. There we go, and now we can keep track of fluids, which are at 18%, and items, which are at 28%. Much more efficient. Makes a lot more sense now. Oh, amazing! So everything is automated, and let's take a look at how this is going through then. Let's see how many diamonds we have already. Boom, 100 diamonds, 102 diamonds. Well guys, thank you for watching this episode of Modded Minecraft Feed the Bees. We set up our Mekanism lab a little bit better. We've got some ultimate factories in there trundling through. We didn't quite go to 4 times ore processing because that gets very complicated and requires a lot more machinery. But for us, I think 3 is enough for the time being. I might go to 4 just to show you guys how it's done. Now, night is falling, so I'm going to go to sleep before I get blown up by a creeper. Until then, a big thank you to all my subscribers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.